previous water damage.
Aha.
Now, I did put my
Moisture meter on it?
and
Yes.
it's dry.
It's dry.
It's dry. Behind here, you can feel there's paint that's chipping, coming loose.
Okay.
I did put my moisture meter on some areas of this to indicate it was wet.
It's wet.
Some
Okay.
areas indicated dry.
What is the purpose of this film? Is it to drop the water down into the trench, or what? I mean, what does it do for
The
them?
film, it's supposed to be like a vapor barrier.
Right.
Why it is on here right now without them, doing whatever they needed to do behind this, I don't know. It does look like it might have been professionally done.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But anyway, I did put my moisture meter in all these areas.
Uh-huh.
And it does read dry on the wood.
Well, that's good.
You'll see on the wall.
Now there's one spot right there.
Yes.
Patrick, did you take a picture of that one spot
I did.
right there?
I got pictures and I got my moisture meter on it.
And that's dry still.
That's dry still.
Interesting. Okay. Cool.
Dry. You can't see it from where you're at, but.
I can actually see pretty good, believe it or not.
See-
Right
see-
over your
see-
shoulder.
see-
1.57.
Yeah.
1.5.7 or 9.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, good. What's the number that's good for something like that?
Here. we've got-
70%.
Yes, wet there.
Okay. 29. Okay.
So it's varying.
It's moist back there.
Now there is a
Okay.
humidifier.
Hmm?
There's a humidifier right here as well.
There is a dehumidifier in here, which is good. Is that working? Is that functional?
It looks like it is. It is on. Okay, so while we're in here, I did find some small settlement cracks, some stair step cracking.
Yep.
Slight displacement.
Any splitting of the block itself.
Yeah, split down the block itself right here on the edges.
I see that now. Okay, because that's carrying weight.
But it's not displaced, so
Okay.
that's good. It means it's been there for a while and hasn't pushed in. As I look down the wall, it looks it looks straight. I mean,
I'll go with
see
that.
any bows or humps.
Okay.
On this wall here, you can see that there's some moisture there. Now when I put my moisture meter on that, it's showing wet. Here.
So I'm guessing that the backfill around the side of the house instead of just in the front as well.
Yes.
Extends to the side some. I mean, we live in Tennessee and I see a lot of, anywhere where there's dirt against the cinder block wall, you're going to find moisture. Pretty common, yes or no?
Yes.
And I see the staining here. What's that one? What does that look like specifically? Where you see the stain on the
It
walls?
could be something coming down from the wood. See how the wood has?
Yep.
It's coming down from the wood where there was definitely moisture at one time.
So it's old staining is what you're telling
Old
me
stain-
probably.
That is old staining.
That's not wet right now.
No.
Okay.
That is old staining.
Okay. Old staining. And what's normal for a block when it comes to measuring moisture like that?
It really, really varies. I mean,
I know.
You would love it to be dry under
Right.
30%. But as it goes up 50%, obviously.
I got you. This outlet over here, you have that on your report as well?
Yeah, this outlet here just needs to be screwed in. I
Hmm.
haven't got to.
We've got an open port to nowhere.
Yep, I haven't got to testing it yet. Big house. And that is showing me that it is an open neutral on that one.
Right.
Receptacle plug. So that very well could just be the neutral while not connected. So it might just be a loose wire in
Okay.
here. You see how it's good there?
So if they've got the hot and cold wires connected, but the ground's not grounded well enough, it'll do that?
Possibly. Oh, there it is. See, it's a loose wire. See that?
Oh, there you go.
It's a
Just
loose
pressing
wire.
it. All right. That's cool.
I don't have that noted yet, but I will note that.
Fair enough. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Show you what else I found.
When it comes to the foundation, that's hard for me to give an opinion. I wouldn't want to. But do you see follow-up needed here, or do you think this is normal for what we've got
I think
dealing
it's
with?
normal for what we have. If I saw more displacement, I would want follow-up.
Okay.
It's always good to have an expert in the field evaluate it, but I'm not calling for one at this point.
Right.
just because this does look like it has been professionally done.
Right.
There is a dehumidifier. This is dry. All houses in Tennessee will have a little moisture, like you said. And sometimes I'll see, not in this house, I didn't see any, sometimes I'll see mold in houses, and that's fairly common in Tennessee. I didn't see any in the crawl spaces.
Right.
On the floor joists. of the
Where I
crawl
saw on the beginning of a wood destroying fungus looks like it's dead, but I would recommend that be sanded down and monitored for sure.
Yeah.
That one spot. It's the worst spot you found so far, but
That's the worst. I thought this looked kind of bad over here, but that's
Yep.
worse.
so it would be
And I got up
sound.
under here too.
Yep. So this is for the buyer. Recommendation would be to sand that, clean it, bleach it, and monitor it, because if it gets wet again and starts coming back, that could be a rotting joist right there. Right?
I did go around the outside here.
I think that's under the front porch. Real quickly before we do, well, go ahead. But see, you got a lot of block, a lot of dirt, a lot of things going on in that area.
Right here.
Mm-hmm. There's our low number, 16, 15, right? Take a look down by your feet.
15.
Still low, okay. I thought that corner right there might be a collection spot, but
20.
yeah. Now we get a lot of flash flood in Tennessee. Is it possible that a flash flood could do something like that against that spot?
Yes.
Okay. And that's the discharge. I'd like to see that get extended further away from the house.
Sump pump.
Yeah, that should be away further from the house, don't you think?
Yes, I would like to see that. Again.
Yeah.
I got it kind of wanting to go into this gutter lead,
Sorta.
kind of sorta.
I mean, what's that, 2-inch pipe, 1.5 inch? It's pretty cheap to extend that and get it. It would be wise, Mr. Buyer, to bring that down here and just let it end all the way over here. But again, it's still going to be pitching. Yeah, that would be good, because look where it's going to go. See where that pipe is? It'll go down and go away, because this whole thing pitches away from your house. The key is to keep water away from your house. And you can see, look, why do we have moss? Why do we have any? Because there's where the water goes right now. So this is just, it's not something you're going to beat up the seller about, but if you're going to live here and own this home, good maintenance is to start looking at where your water's going, right? Patrick, does it appear that this pump works? Have you been able to test it?
Wow. You want me to keep going over things?
Just one question about that.
Sure, sump pump?
Yeah, have you been able to check that and see if it
I
functions?
have not. I've been busy. I noted it. That's all I've done with that.
Okay.
I normally don't test it. It's screwed down, so I really have no way.
It's screwed down? Okay. So that,
Sometimes if there's lids, I'll lift them.
right, it is, there's 4 volts down in there.
While we are standing right here, I am going to recommend a sediment drip for the gas furnace. Gas is just pumping straight in. A sediment drip is nice because if there's any sediment in the gas, it falls in the drip. It doesn't go into your machine.
You mean like like this kind of a shape here, only
Yes,
more extreme?
yes. I'll have an illustration.
Okay, cool.
It's basically a T that comes down just for the sediment to drip in there. These units are 2019.
That's good. Okay.
2019.
Good, so fairly young.
So that's another thing I found.
I didn't want to stop you
water
midstream. You
pressure
were doing
is-
really good. I just wanted to get that while we were standing in front
water
of it.
pressure is very high.
Oh, yeah.
It's
We
at
should be around,
120.
what, 70?
70.
So that's important. The water pressure bid is right now, what, 120?
120
Ouch.
and a little bit.
Where's the whole house valve at?
It's back here.
Some of
Put
them,
it in the report.
good deal. Some of them aren't adjustable because they're rusted solid.
This one's adjustable, but I recommend having a plumber do it.
Amen. So that should be adjusted down to about 70 PSI.
That'll be
Right.
noted.
Oh, look, you can't even call this out. This is a TPI, which is a pressure throw-off valve. When it gets above, what? It should be blowing off right now,
I don't
shouldn't it?
remember the number right now. When it should be pop off, you never want it to pop off. It only
Right.
pops off in case of
But
emergency.
yeah, because it's going to come down to the bottom.
Right.
And-
And normally what we see is this is not on at all,
or it's way up here. And what happens is if this were to pop off, scalding hot water would come out.
And hurt
you
you.
would want it to come down on the floor away from you.
Yep.
Without this, if that valve was defective, this thing would go up if
Oh, yeah.
it were to blow
Imagine.
up.
A lot of them don't have one. Then it shoots right at your face while you're
Yeah,
walking by. I
yeah,
mean, it's
so
insane.
this is good.
Okay, good.
Sediment drip.
That thing's on almost every home inspection report in the older homes. That's why I said it. Or any house where you've got homeowners doing their own work and don't know what codes are and why they exist. I see a lot of older homes, Patrick. I'm sure you do too.
Yes,
without
I do.
without that hose.
I do.
Yeah.
So the good news is that's about all I have so far, and I've done a good majority of the exterior.
So the recommendations like cleaning out the gutters, those kind of things you had on there.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to the roof yet.
Okay.
They will be on there.
Okay. And then we
still-
found loose handrail we talked about.
Loose
And then-
hand. So what I have on here so far is I have. That's just a monitor. There's a little crack in the sidewall.
Right.
There is a windowsill that needs to be taken care of, whether it's replaced with wood. It's a plywood windowsill, and it's showing signs of deterioration. So maybe sand it and paint it, or replace it. I do have some of the wood soffit out front in the
I
front
witnessed
porch
that too.
is coming loose.
Right there. I saw that one by the ceiling fan. Okay.
I
Securing
do
it.
have some of the window casing, some of the window trims. There is some moisture damage. It seems to be on the corners. Checking up on the line.
And you're going to send this whole report to Nathan, but it's good for me to give him a little
Absolutely.
peace of mind when we're here today.
So, and I've noted what corners they're on.
Fantastic.
Here, here's the loose handrail. You see
Yep.
that side's totally off. This side is loose, just needs to be
Right.
moved.
And then there's wobble, believe it or not, in the midsection as well. So if you take a look at that, it seems like how it's mounted to the concrete is real loose and wild in
We
there.
talked
So
about the sediment drip. We talked about the water pressure. We
Got
talked
that.
about the previous water stains. Whoops.
this is a little preview of what you get. Now it's about 70 pages in this report, right?
We talked about the settlement cracking,
Mm-hmm.
which is, it's a 98, so it's, 27 years old. This is fairly common, but I don't see any displacement, so that's a good thing. I would be concerned if it was uneven. It's just a stair step.
Well, this is a corner, so also if the block started splitting on this side, we know that that part of the house is giving way or moving, right?
That's
so you don't see that.
correct.
Okay.
And that's it. Here's how we talked about. Here's where that corner is, and there is some moisture behind there.
Okay.
And that's all I have so far. I still have the whole interior to do.
Okay.
I check all the appliances, all the receptacles, especially if it's an empty house, I can check a whole lot more receptacles. I check all the fixtures, I look at the ceilings, I go up in the attic, and then I fly the roof. I fly a drone.
So you still got a lot of work to do yet.
I still have a lot of work to do.
Okay, good. It's a big house. Well, guys, I want to make sure you get Midway and know who's looking at it and how he's looking at it. That's really important. But you'll get a full report. This is just kind of a taste.